So, here's a question. For all you people out there who've criticized the new Mad Max and Star Wars movies for having women in the lead roles, how do you people go to bed knowing that the Alien series has been dominated by women since 1979? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Alien Covenant is the sequel to 2012's Prometheus, brings back Ridley Scott in the director's chair, and follows a crew of people on the ship the Covenant, who are trying to head for this planet to start a new colony. They pick up a distress signal at a nearby planet, decide to go down and try to see what the call is about, but that leads them to a planet that's completely uninhabited, except for some dangerous creatures that roam the area, and somebody from the previous film. So I've reviewed all of the solo Alien movies before this movie was going to come out. I reviewed Alien back in 2014, which I think is a brilliant film, one of the best science fiction horror movies out there. Just rewatched it again, and it just still is as brilliant as ever. Then Aliens I reviewed last year, and it's just as good as Alien. They're two different movies. Aliens is more of an action film, but I absolutely love that movie. And then this year I reviewed the movies that nobody really cared for. Alien 3, which I hate. I hate that movie completely. It's too pretentious, and the opening is insulting, and the ending is fake. And then we get to Alien Resurrection, which everyone says is the worst of the solo Alien movies. I don't agree personally, because my personal criteria is that if a movie angers me, then that automatically makes it the worst movie, which Alien 3 angered me. Alien Resurrection is bad, but it never really angered me. And then Prometheus. It was a movie that I really loved when it first came out, but as time went on, it doesn't hold up. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not the great movie that I imagined it was. Maybe Alien Covenant can fix that, huh? Shit. I'm a big Alien fan. I'm going to say that right now. I love Alien. I love aliens. I love the creature design. I just love the whole universe it inhabits. I was really looking forward to this movie, especially since Ridley Scott was directing it again. And this is going to break my heart. This is absolutely going to break my heart when I say that Alien Covenant is goddamn horrible. I walked out of this movie feeling betrayed. This is one of the hardest things about seeing movies before they come out, is that you don't know what everyone else is going to think of. You can't look at other reviews and kind of get an idea of what the reception is. You go in with a completely fresh mind, so when you walk out of it, you don't know, like, am I the crazy one? Is everyone going to be in line? But I gotta stick with my gut and be completely honest about my feelings for Alien Covenant. It is terrible. It is absolutely awful. When the movie first starts, I just thought to myself, this is just like a very hollow carbon copy of the original Alien, right down to the crew receiving a distress call and going down to a planet to try to investigate it. And the opening of the movie even uses Jerry Goldsmith's beautiful music from the original Alien over and over again, to the point where this movie has no identity. It just feels like you're watching a remake of Alien, and it baffled me that it had no original thought when it started out. And then when the movie gets to the second third, when they land down on the planet, I actually thought that's when it started to pick up. For me starting out by saying that this movie's horrible, the second third actually started to pick up, and it's at that point the movie starts to get its own identity. And I'm like, okay, this is starting to pick up. Maybe this could go somewhere. Unfortunately, though, a lot of the characters in this movie are forgettable, and some of them do really stupid things. Why is it that ever since Alien Resurrection, all these characters have to do the dumbest things imaginable? Whatever happened to really smart characters that take initiative, characters that you can actually respect for how smart they are? Which, I'll give the movie this. This is where Katherine Waterston comes in, who I think is a terrific actress. She's really starting to be in a lot more projects. The first movie I ever saw her in was Inherent Vice, which but then she was in Steve Jobs alongside Michael Fassbender in a small role. She was in Fantastic Beasts, which I loved her in. Seeing her in all of these movies, I've always thought she was really talented. And in this movie, she is the smartest character of the group, and probably the most likable. Her and Danny McBride's character. And the reason she's the smartest one of the bunch is that she is doing her job. She says all these things that the crew shouldn't really be doing, but goes along with anyway, and there's never a decision that she makes that's a bad one. You look at every decision that she makes, and you're like, yeah, that's why you're the best character in the movie, and that's why the entire Alien series is dominated by women, because they are the most capable people in this entire franchise. So getting back to the middle of the movie, that's when, again, I thought it started to take its own identity, and there are a lot of cool things in it. There's some neat ideas going around. There's a new alien creature that's not the xenomorph, but it's kind of creative and horrifying in its own way. There are a lot of moments with it that are kind of intense and do leave you on the edge of your seat. So again, that's when I started going in the movie's favor and started enjoying it. And then we get to the last third of the movie. I'm not going to say what happens, because if I say what really ticked me off about this movie, that would be a spoiler, and the movie is weeks away from coming out, and I'm not going to spoil the movie for you guys. I will say, though, if you're somebody who likes continuity within their movies and gets so mad when a movie breaks continuity and is inconsistent from what the previous movies have set up before, then this last third is gonna piss you off. Even if the movie started to pick up and become its own thing, that last third really put me in a bad spot. I was upset, really. I walked out angry. And there are also elements in this movie that feel like a really cheap and cliched slasher movie. Something out of Friday the 13th, which, Friday the 13th, it's okay for those movies to be generic and cliche, but Alien's better than that. To see an Alien movie just go down this really cliche, bottom-of-the-barrel slasher movie genre, okay, it already went there. I mean, with a budget of over $100 million, with an A-list director and some A-list actors, you really expect more. So, I'm trying my best to be fair with this movie, because I wanted to love it. I'm a big Alien fan. I love the first two movies, as I mentioned. And, truthfully, I cannot in good conscience recommend this movie at all. I mean, it does have some good moments in it. I do like Katherine Waterston, but the movie did make me, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say burn in hell, because there's just part of me that wants to love this movie so much, but I know it's bad. I'm gonna be generous. I normally say when a movie makes me angry, it automatically gets the burn in hell rating. But I'm going to be generous and just say, watch at your own risk. That was really tough to say. And what I mean by that is, I may not like this movie at all. I think it's terrible. But if you really want to see this movie, go out and see it for yourself. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. This is all my own opinion. So you all, when the movie comes out, go out, see it, go make your own judgment, and then come back and tell me whether you agree with me or you think I'm a dumb motherfucker who shouldn't be voicing my opinion on YouTube. So just please, go see the movie and let me know. But for me personally, this is one of the most disappointing movies in a long time. So that's my review for Alien Covenant. I really wish I could have liked it more, but I gotta be honest with myself. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Leave a comment down below and tell me what your thoughts are on the movie, if and when you've seen it. Are you excited for Alien Covenant? And keep checking back into the channel where I'm continuing my retro reviews for the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And as always, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there is only one.